You can't get spoiled even if you want to. And you have no time to make food. We're going right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 14. I have a sinking suspicion we're about to watch someone get killed by support cruisers, but, you know, we'll see what happens. We do have an info.txt to read. This is PhoenixYo versus DarthSoban. And I guess nobody banned any maps. They're both DQ'd! So it's College Teeth for PhoenixYo, Tight End Passage for DarthSoban, and then Shallows Firebase, and then Kartova. And then I guess they thought that maybe... Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, this would be a 6th map. That would be a bit surprising if they did get to a 6th map in a best of 5, but... apparently it would be Torrent Crater. Actually, I must say, I gave DarthSoban a bit of coaching before this, to see if I could perhaps stop him from dying to PhoenixYo. And I told him he ought to ban College Teeth, but he chose to ban nothing, so that's a bit unfortunate. Maybe just protein bars? I don't know. That's a good question. If you can eat such things. But PhoenixYo is already doing something different here. So we have LAV Fab started up for him. I was expecting he'll just go with the support cruiser spam like he's been doing previously, but this is actually changing things up a little bit. You know who should really be watching this as well as Houston is Sikai who has to play PhoenixYo in the next series. If, of course, PhoenixYo wins, but you really do suspect that he will. Base runner inventory coming out as well. And a bunch of LAVs being queued here. So yeah, this is definitely different than what we've been expecting. But I say this because Houston's in the chat, he's definitely going to be taking notes here. PhoenixYo is the expected favorite for the lower side of the lower bracket, so Houston, of course, made the finals. It's likely this will be his opponent. Unless Sikai can beat him. Or unless, of course, DarthSoban can beat him. I mean, I'm kind of counting this guy out before the series even begins, but... Yeah, you're right, though. He's got base run inventory, but he didn't actually build any. By the way, it's a little bit funny to see that after retiring the starting base runner, but... And he should! This is definitely a map that you want to take away from PhoenixYo, I think. It's Coalition, by the way. Coalition versus Soban. So... I mean, obviously DarthSoban would play Soban, there's no surprise there, but... Yeah, PhoenixYo's been going Coalition recently, I suppose. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I thought he was going Soban more recently. Houston, remember the tooth! The tooth, Houston, the tooth! Well, let's see what we've got for DarthSoban here. This is probably support cruiser building. Yep, and that'll be finishing in just a moment. Good to see him taking to heart the advice I gave, though, to just get up onto 2 base here real quick. He's got the artifact picked up as well. We'll see if he's able to get this out. PhoenixYo, sure enough, is just looking to go up onto 3 base here. But he only has 2 LAVs to try and, like, harass here, so it's a little bit surprising to see. This one will get smacked down. That one here's not really going to do too much. So if you're DarthSoban, you're actually feeling pretty good here. I mean, he doesn't know, of course. He doesn't have a probe to get any vision, but you just want to move your carrier out and then expand up onto 3 base, which is what PhoenixYo is doing. But you can see a pretty big float here. Looks like something just queued, though. I think that's a support cruiser, actually in the queue there. We'll find out in a moment, though. Yep. So yeah, he's just going to jump up to 3 base. Very good. Very good. But you're right, it is a pretty big float. And it's a big float on RUs as well. Something we've been seeing a lot recently in the Jaraci Cups is that people will forego RU salvagers, especially on this second base, to just get their eco set up faster. And in fact, you can see PhoenixYo doing that. And I think it's generally a good idea, because otherwise you end up floating a lot. Like, look, PhoenixYo only has 2 RU salves, and he's still floating like 300 RUs here, so... Yeah, you really can skip a lot of RU miners to get your eco set up a little bit faster. But either way, both players can reach 3 base here. And DarthSoban did get an artifact out with his base runner, of course, but it'll probably die now. Nice TJ, though. Gonna buy a little bit of time. Although, unfortunately, it actually hits the base runner, too, but, you know, whatever. Yes, that's true. And so, actually, I'm a little surprised to see LAVs on the field because they're, like, you know, military units. So, PhoenixYo might really be changing things up here. When I gave DarthSoban some advice for this series, I kind of I kind of was just expecting that PhoenixYo was going to do the same thing as he always does, so I told him to just kind of jump up on a 3 base. By the way, this base splitter is actually going to survive. But yeah, it looks like PhoenixYo is changing things up a little bit, so it's a little fun to see. Another support cruiser, Systems 1, okay. I mean, maybe he looks to, like, carrier push here. But that's a little bit strange, too, because it's College Teeth. It's, like, the worst possible map for this. We'll see, though. We'll see. Also, you probably want to go mobility first, which he's got the money for, right? I mean, you can see he's banking up a lot of RUs, which is the main cost of that. Just so that, you know, you can get your carrier moving a little quicker, especially on a map like this where it's so far away to the extraction zone. Oh, you're right, K-carrier pushes are good, but... Well, it would be surprising if he could fire Conif missiles out of this thing. You never know, PhoenixYo is a man of strange talents, so... A couple LAV forays out into the enemy base, by the way, but it's not going to get too much done. Looks like we have a turret being set up forward, though. DarthSoban can always just take this out if he comes up with, this base runner and just TJs this thing. Strong caster energy. Aw, thank you, my friend. You love to hear it. But yeah, otherwise this turret will be pretty annoying, actually. We do have AAV fab for DarthSoban, so it looks like he's going to respond to some units of his own here. But he's going to try to push on the turret without using the TJ. Again, you can really just cancel this thing out entirely using that. It's true, the LAVs give vision for turret. That's true. You can use the probe for that too, though, so it doesn't really feel like you need the LAVs here. Uh-oh. Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't do anything, you probably lose here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, there's the TJ. Yeah, very good, very good. Very good, very good. Yeah, this SC is gonna die to the high ground turret here, though. And eventually this LAV will actually kill the TJ also, so that's a bit rough. Uh-oh. I think we know how this ends. Yeah, yeah. Well, especially being on high ground like this. But turrets also are benefiting from the fact that they have AoE. Like, see these shots that are missing, you can see them like hit the desert here. They actually still do damage, so... Yeah, but this is catastrophically bad. I'm gonna have to agree with Just Carrier here. By the way, extractions are coming out too. Mobility's done, and Power 2 on the way. So yeah, PhoenixYo's carrier is gonna be pretty strong here. And he'll kill this TJ eventually, but the main base is just permanently gonna be void now. So DarthSoban then, he's gonna respond with something. I do like this. He's gonna go for BC tech. That's pretty fun. And he's banking up a ton of money, which is not a good thing, mind you. I mean, you're not supposed to do this, but if you are, it means that he does have the money to build like 2 BCs at the same time. If there's a way to like win a game that you're this far behind, maybe it's that your opponent blunders his carriers. So I don't hate it. That's actually a pretty good call. But we'll see if he's able to get away with this. I have a suspicion the game's just over already, but we'll see. This thing really doesn't know how to shoot. It's just like smacking the desert over and over again. But you can see these shots actually do damage anyway. It's kind of funny. I think turrets are a rare case where if the projectile goes through ground, it makes it look like it missed, even if it doesn't. It's something weird like that. Turrets just don't act the way that you'd expect. They don't behave properly. By the way, these units being tasked to hit the carrier, it's unlikely they'll kill the carrier. So, yeah, they're gonna retreat now. And DarthSoban gonna drive out and meet his opponent again here, but this is always a mistake because he wants to buy time. He's got BC tech now and can build 2 of those. You don't want to be up here fighting, you know, you want to be back here buying a bit of time. So you really don't want to drive your carrier out and meet your opponent like this when you don't have the things to win the fight right there. It is a Soban carrier, pretty scary DPS, but very squishy, so these turrets are actually doing a lot of damage. PhoenixYo with 4 SCs as well, by the way, and he's got more carrier power, so... Yeah, the winner of this fight is foreordained, I think I should say. But DarthSoban's building a BC, like again, if he was back here, maybe he buys a little bit of time to get this thing out. Yeah, not gonna happen. And PhoenixYo will slaughter this carrier. Not even sure what got the kill, it could have been anything. Probably one of these freaking support cruisers, but... yeah, let's jump into game 2. Which, of course, as we saw in our info.txt, is going to be tight end passage. That's true, yeah. Support cruiser would vet from killing a carrier. That's true. Oof. Orb has rebuffed his affections. Well, that's okay. I like to have him on the cast at least. Would be fun to see Orb in tournaments again. Right? This man freaking beat Discara in a best of 5. Not many have done it. Just Carrier almost did it. Houston saying he died to turrets. I don't think that's even possible. I don't think anyone who nobody who you've heard of anyway has ever died to turrets. I mean, that'd be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous. It's LEV Fab again for PhoenixYo, by the way. Still, I don't think this is really the good build, because it looks like he went SC first after this, pretty much. He built like 2 LEVs to harass, but you won't get anything done with just 2 LEVs. We saw that, right? It wasn't even able to fight, you know... Wasn't even able to fight salvagers on the second base, or fight like the support cruiser on the main, so... Unless you're really gonna go heavy into something, like, to try and stall your opponent's economy, you're just kind of setting yourself behind, so... Does have his base runner not retired this time, by the way, going on this on the ninja angle. I like it. I like it. This is a map that has high ground behind the base. We don't usually see this come into play, but if you set up a turret like right here or something, yeah, that's gonna be annoying as heck. And DarthSoban, meanwhile, probably just looking to get his SC up. A little funny to see this ALM here, because he doesn't need that yet, but, well, he'll need it eventually, I guess, so maybe there's some idea there. Would be good to queue that up, though. Yep, there it is. And for PhoenixYo, yeah, we got a couple LEVs coming out. Yeah, exactly. You know, just keep that for Space Runner. Although I'll definitely say that's the play. He got base run inventory again, which is a little funny because he's not building any, you know. I mean, money in the early game is very valuable. You don't want to spend that until you're ready to actually build some BRs, but it's funny to see someone tech base run inventory and retire the initial base runner. It's like, what are you doing then? Do you want turrets or not? You know. But yeah, here's the support cruiser. It looks like this will be the same thing for PhoenixYo. And DarthSoban's finishing his. Well, I'd say that's pretty big, actually. Just because it delays, like, SC timings and things like that. I mean, the thing is, money in the early game stacks up so much bigger than money in the late game, right? Because money makes money, so... You know, you slow yourself down, you're gonna feel the effects. Looks like this time, by the way, DarthSoban not gonna be able to get this extract out. He's, very slow. Moving through this targeting jammer while holding the artifact. That's about as slow as it's possible to be in DOK. 20 speed, that's like the speed of a joke patch battle cruiser, so... Yeah, he ain't going nowhere fast. And someone just 150, yeah. Oh, artifact does get denied. By the way, fun fact, speed is calculated when it's a percentage increase or decrease, like inside a TJ, based on the unit's base speed, not based on its current speeds. That's why that's so effective. Yes, he's trying to counter the BD rush for this very scary Soban player. By the way, very good base runner micro here. Could probably work on this a little bit. You just send a probe out, you'll be able to get vision like that. It won't be an issue, and then you know you won't lose your base runner. So. Soban carrier, don't take no prisoners. Yeah, quite a lot of carnage being brought on this base here. You need to stack up a bunch of LAVs before you can really fight this. By the way, like, this turret will kill the carrier eventually. I mean, it'll take forever, but it'll happen. So, yeah, he is gonna drive up and try and stop this now, which is good. And what's PhoenixYo got going on the back? Nothing. Well, he does have carrier production upgrade. Looks like he's just jumping his base. A lot of salvagers die though. There's only 2 left on the base here. This is, yeah, I agree with just carrier. This is horrible. So it's gonna be pretty tough to come back already. So again, PhoenixYo's early game gets in some nice advantage. Saban carrier jibbing LAVs though, check this out. It's actually a repair order. Surprising. Well, DarthSoban does have the power lead by a little bit, so he could maybe try to just like rush his opponent or something, but other than that, I'm kind of struggling to think of ways back into the game here. But one thing he for sure wants to do is get his, yeah, you wouldn't really call it a rush anymore, would you? But you know what I mean, just like drive over here. He definitely needs to get his support cruiser onto the base and get his carrier onto the base, though. This is not good when you're losing eco like this. Oh dear. He's kind of falling asleep at the wheel there. Orb's not happy. And PhoenixYo just doing PhoenixYo things. Lots of support cruisers. That's what you expect. Floating a lot of RUs here, but that'll be fine because he does have to tech these power upgrades, which are fairly expensive in RUs. And yeah, it looks like he's gonna start driving this carrier out. The triple base runner as well hopes to get some extracts, which would be nice for him. Here comes some LAVs for DarthSoban though, but it's a bit questionable what they can do. Again, these base runners even can set turrets down if he needs them, although he won't be able to have that like on the main base, but you're not gonna do too much damage to a base with just like 5 LAVs, so he should be just fine here. And actually PhoenixYo builds a couple LAVs too. You know what? I'm not actually sure. I don't believe turrets have any more than one packet, but I might be wrong about that. I'm wrong about many things. If we see one get deployed here, which I'm sure we will next game at least, but perhaps even right now, yeah. He's gonna try to put a turret down. Well, that was a great success. Packets are like when a unit attacks. I'm trying to find a unit that has packets to show you. Well, when a unit attacks, armor reduces the damage that that attack inflicts by the amount of armor times the number of packets that unit has. So if you have like 2 packets, let's say, then armor is twice as effective against you. Yeah, I'm trying to find a unit that has packets so I can show you, but I don't see any. ALMs, yes they do. See, it's put right here next to the damage output. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, you see this little 3 next to the 150 there. That's how many packets the ALM has. Armor can never be reduced below 1, but it can be reduced to below 1 per packet, so... Like a blast drone has 15, I think, and it does 650 damage. So its minimum is not 15 damage, it's 1. By the way, you love to see it. PhoenixYo is mining off his opponent's 3rd, so, and he's trying to mine off of his 2nd, too. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I think you're both right, actually, but you're talking about slightly different things. Yeah, Just Carrier knows the proper terminology for it all because he's been working on joke patch so much. This is a dead carrier, by the way. I mean, not yet, but you know, it will be. Might take some time though. He killed a support cruiser. Murderer. Very bad. Turrets! 2 packets. Hey, there we go. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I don't know why he calls it pockets, by the way, but it's definitely spelled with an A. That's just Carrier thing, I have to imagine. This is great, by the way. He's just mining CUs over here. You'll have to see it. pockets. No, you definitely, that's like pockets, like what's in pants. You know? That's what she said. No, you and I. Oh my gosh, he lost 24,000 cities. Yeah, PhoenixYo will take game 2, and we'll jump into game 3 here. He's having a chill series so far. And it's the shallows for game 3. This is another one that PhoenixYo just loves to pick all the time. Really, for this strategy that he's doing, it's not very good. So it's a little surprising he always picked shallows, but... What? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand. The drier your pants are, the less damage you take. I mean, I just don't understand. Very confused. Very confused. LAV Fab starting for PhoenixYo once again. That do be how he plays this. There's space for an inventory again as well. Yeah, and DarthSoban once again moving out into the midfield with his base runner here. This time, he should be getting the contact ping that someone is there. Yeah, but he's done this all 3 games so far. Yeah, I agree. Very bad, very bad. But DarthSoban wants to be careful just driving the base runner out like this. His opponent has been going for LAVs. Last time this cost him the base runner. What he should do instead is just follow this one. Wherever he puts that turret down, just drop the TJ on it, you know, and then your opponent's spending 300 CUs, you're spending 0. Feels pretty good. It's interesting positioning on the carrier here as well, by the way, but the support cruiser is out, so DarthSoban will jump up onto 2 base faster. But yeah, he's not going to follow that base runner, so this thing should be able to set its turret down. And we saw that be pretty effective last game. Not sure where that salvager is going either. There we go. This base runner is actually spotted right now. So again, he knows where this is, but he does have to do something about it. You know, there's actually not a rule about that. Maybe there should be. Because I don't exactly know how the spawns work. It seems inconsistent, but it seems like sometimes you could guarantee a particular spawn by picking a certain team. Oh dear. Well, this is going to be a thing, alright. LAVs, by the way, just harassing the space runner as well, but it looks like it will survive for now. But again, we have salvagers dying on the main, so that's not good. Looks like this turret doesn't have any more range on it, though. Oh, no. But yeah, now he has to evacuate the base, but, like, it's too late, you know, that's the damage done, right? You need to have that base runner follow the opponent's base runner and drop the TJ on it. This, by the way, not going to be the most effective TJ. Well, there's actually quite a few maps that have some spawn bias, we'd say. Boneyard is a good example of it. If you could always guarantee getting the spawn, like, that's further away, or no, yeah, the spawn that's on the runway, on Boneyard, you know, you'd really want to do that. And it might be possible to do it by picking Team 1, but I'm not exactly sure. And I agree, yeah, this game is very much over. Would be a bit cheeky for DarthSoban to power up the ALMs here and to start shooting this base runner, but, you know. He's gonna pick up the artifact. Looks like another turret getting set up. Oh no, that's a different base runner. Oh. Yeah, I mean, PhoenixYo just always wants to build these very turtly turrets. It doesn't really make sense, because, like, your opponent is never going to be in a position to threaten you this game. There's no reason to bother with this, but... Well, that's just how he do, so... Kind of. It's like, the Jaraci patch has one, it's that, like, the gunship, you know? You've seen it? Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just because I imagine this game's just, you know... We've seen the conclusion here, there's no point. But, it's not this, it's this. This is kind of like the picture for the Jaraci mod. Because, you know, gunships are garbage in vanilla and then, like, fixed in patch. No, Jaraci patch doesn't, or Jaraci Cup doesn't really have, like, some kind of icon associated with it. Maybe that'd be a good thing to do. Actually, one thing I kind of want to do is like go back to all those previous Jaraci Cups and just put some thumbnail on them. So we came up with some kind of icon for Jaraci patch that'd be, or Jaraci Cup that'd be like a cool thing to use. PhoenixYo, by the way, making many base runners now. And DarthSoban seems to have fallen asleep. He's just kind of sitting here in mid as the guard order on the carrier. I think it has to be the missile ship, right? It has to be the missile ship. That's the most anomalous thing. But no, if I was gonna make an icon for like Anomaly DOK, I'd have it be like the Kartova or something. Turret just doing what turrets do best, by the way. I like how PhoenixYo is actually powering up the armor here, because he's like, yeah, I can just let the turrets do all the damage. I think he, like, he's not taking any carrier upgrades or anything. I think he intends to end him rightly this time, using these turrets instead. Which is pretty funny. Oh, with some unit on top of it! Yes, I agree, I agree. Well, let's make it be like some really big unit, because that'd be funnier, you know? Like a battle cruiser on top of the Kartova or something. Yeah. I know what you mean. I agree with that as well. PhoenixYo is actually taking a lot of damage here, by the way. He'll be fine. There's no damage output, really. I have a suspicion that most of the damage that PhoenixYo is taking is actually friendly fire from his turrets. But... Well, I'm not sure if turrets can actually even do friendly fire, so maybe not. No, it looks like it is. Oh, just because both players have resigned to their fate. That is gonna be the end of DarthSoban, though. No surprises, PhoenixYo does take the 3-0, but it would have been fun to see DarthSoban fight back a little harder. But yeah, that'll move him up onto the semifinals B, so I'll be playing that one against Sick IGN sometime in the future. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.